Facebook dori namajatasi. Muzika. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, boss.
Hi, bossman.
Hey, boss man. How are you today? Welcome. Hello. Hi.
I'm fine. How are you today?
I'm great. Hello and welcome. Welcome to episode 10.
Yes.
Everybody clap because I was going to make the point, 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 point. I was looking for that sound before we started, but I never got the chance to find it. So forget that. Hello and welcome to episode 10 of the Voices from Behind podcast, the podcast where every week we throw a movie at each other and we have that movie discussed. I'm your host, Evo, and with me is my currently not bearded co-host.
The other Evo.
Very good.
We have Happy Pie Day, motherfucker.
Is it Pie Day today?
It's Pie Day.
I should have sent you this one comic book about a guy who was just eating numbers, and because it's pie.
Should I mention that I spent my whole week just doing recreational integral solving?
Yeah, that's because you're a nerd.
That's because it's awesome. There's some really good ones.
You're a fucking nerd. Speaking of all week, last week we decided that because it's episode 10 of the podcast, because it's the inaugural episode where technically we've been doing this for a solid 11 weeks now, which is uncalled for. Considering the amount of things we tried to commit to at university, we never actually got the chance to do so. But now, somehow, it has been done. I don't know how, I don't know why, but it's worked. So at the end of the day, I think it's important to celebrate the fact that this is episode 10 of the podcast.
Celebrate
it. Copyright strike.
Hey, nothing I sing is ever gonna be a copyright strike because they'd be ashamed that someone like me sang it.
They'd be like, who is this person singing this song? I don't know.
Why is it so horrible? Oh God.
Oh God, kill it with fire. Why? Also, I just realized that the stream name is episode 10, but 10 is written with Bulgarian letters. So this is
Wait,
nice.
What?
Yep. I forgot to change the whatchamacallit. I forgot to change my keyboard to an English one, so it just says 10. There we go. I fixed it. We're good. Right. So last week we said that we should do something special for episode 10 because it is episode 10. So I pontificated and posed the idea that considering there's a Batman film that's going to be coming out 2021 maybe, I don't know which year it is. What's important is that there's casting news floating around, and we decided to cast our own Batman films.
Oh, mostly the meme ones.
Well, I've got a serious one, and I've got a meme one as well. Sort of give a loose story, cast a bunch of people, and hope that Hollywood pays us royalties when they eventually cast those people.
That's how they're gonna have a hope.
Yeah, sure. Nobody listens to this, apart from like 3 people.
But to be fair, if they do, though, we have some major credibility.
Oh yeah, we have credibility. We write credible sources, very credible people. Usually the format is pretty simple. We talk about what we did over the week, then we talk about some news, and then we talk about the film which I gave to you. I forgot my English. Which I gave to you last week. However, there's not that much news this week.
Actually, there are some news.
There is some news, but I actually genuinely haven't checked for news because I feel like this whole Batman conversation is going to take up some time. Also,
probably.
If I sound a bit weird or nasally, it's because the tonsillitis is returned.
I know, right? I'm also getting sick again. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, me neither. I literally got rid of it, and a couple of days ago it started hurting again. And speaking right now is a bit difficult. And I have, next to me here, I have this big thermos with tea in it. So if you hear me slipping and slopping, that's because, yeah. I'm just drinking tea, and I've put it in a big thermos because it's going to stay warm. And my room's pretty cold, so.
Yeah. Right. So you did nothing the whole week. I did nothing the whole week.
Honestly, yeah, this week's been quiet, I want to say. I didn't do much. I just worked. I worked a lot, and I was so bored the other night at work because it was so dead that I drew pretty much the core Justice League on post-it notes.
Nice.
And tomorrow, actually, I'm going to a Frank Quietly seminar. Frank Quietly, for those that don't know, is like a very famous DC artist.
Oh,
And
nice.
he's from Glasgow, and he's doing a little like 1 hour lecture sort of at the concert hall where he's going to talk about art, and working in the industry and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to that.
Wow, that's actually something more exciting than I would do for past month. I've done nothing. It's
Also,
just like
yeah,
being
I wanted to go see Captain Marvel this week,
oh
but
god,
I
no.
never got the chance. So
I will
I
not
will
watch this
see
movie.
it at some point, although there is a lot of controversy surrounding it as we speak.
Bruh,
Bruh.
I will not even bother myself to even pirate it. That's how much I don't want to watch that movie.
To be honest, ever since the trailer started coming out for it, it's always been a bit meh. Like a lot of people go, "This is it, great," and whatnot. You just kind of looking at it going, "It's okay."
I mean, let's put it like this. So, Batman had both his parents killed in front of him while he was a child. That spurred him to
Yes.
become Batman. Spider-Man had both his parents killed and indirectly caused the death of his uncle, which spurred
Yes.
him to become Batman.
Superman has had his entire
Yes,
planet exploded.
yeah. And Captain Marvel decides to be what she is because when she was a child, she was forbidden from playing for a fucking baseball game. 10 out of 10 storytelling.
Oh,
Just amazing.
fucking great.
Let's not mention that the whole origin story is legitimately watching Green Lantern done worse. Done absolutely worse. And that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Oh well. Did you do anything this week? Did you go see any films, or did you have
Actually, no.
Did you have
I
any
haven't.
pizza? No.
No, but the thing is, I watched Wayne, the TV series.
Wayne?
Yes.
Which
No, it's not.
what's Wayne?
Where is a YouTube special, YouTube exclusive? YouTube's getting their own TV series.
Like a YouTube Red show.
Yeah, it's like Netflix but with YouTube shit. It's like Amazon and their shit.
Right. So
You
it is.
know,
Yeah. It's
because
YouTube Red / YouTube Premium. Oh, I watched something. I forgot. I watched Doom Patrol up to episode 4.
I was meaning to start watching that.
That
So,
just watch that show. Honestly, that's all I'm gonna say. It's one of the zaniest, dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
well, so Wayne is like Dirty Harry with children. Well, it's kind of good. It's
Okay.
kind of good because there was this one moment in the whole series that I literally laughed my fucking ass off. Is I saw it and I just burst out laughing at me in stitches.
Okay. What's it called?
Uh,
Just Wayne.
yeah, it's just
The
Wayne.
name like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, it's just like Bruce Wayne. It's just Wayne. It has nothing to do with Batman. It's about a kid in Massachusetts, in northern Massachusetts, that always does right because he comes from a broken family and always gets the end of the stick. And his father passed away from cancer.
Oof.
And he gets a girl from a very abusive father who they've gone through shit because there is the town that they're in is a really bad town. And after his dad passed away, he tells him like, "There's this car you need. That's yours, but it was taken from you when your mother left." But he goes on a trip with the girl to get the car back. That's
Okay.
it. That's it.
Yeah, it
It's-
seems it's got 100% of Rotten Tomatoes and 98% of people liked it. So I'm guessing it's a good show.
Well, I won't say it's perfect. It's dumb. It's honestly, but the side character.
It says that it's just an action comedy drama. So I'm guessing it's not that serious.
Well, yes, it is serious. Actually, it's pretty fucking serious.
Okay.
Because of the themes that they touch upon, they're not like themes, man. It's just not. But the thing is, it's like this one moment that I literally burst out laughing. It came out of nowhere. It was fucking hilarious, and you'll probably get to it. It's by the end, and I just fucking, it's just, fuck, it's so funny.
All right. I'll take it.
I could spoil it for you, but
No,
nah.
don't like it. It might spoil it for other people listening. So
yeah, the side character is fucking amazingly written and very well done, and the actors really do a good job. It's worth the watch. It's like what, 12 episodes or something.
okay, I'll give it a go.
It should. It's gonna fill the void before Young Justice comes out and Happy season 2 comes out. Cause fuck you, I need Happy in my life.
I
Have you
need
seen Happy?
I need happiness in my life too.
No, no. Have you seen
Oh, you
Happy?
mean happy?
Nolan? Happy.
No. What's happy?
You sad, pathetic little mongoloid. How can you not watch one of the best TV series in recent years? It's insanity. It's insanity incarnate. It's Christopher Meloni from Oz teaming up with the imaginary friend voiced by fucking Patton Oswalt of his child that he doesn't know it's
Oh,
his child.
I remember seeing trailers for this.
It's fucking amazing. You need this. You fucking need this. It's
Okay,
so crazy and so
I will
good.
see it. Speaking of, are we done with the weeks? Do we have anything else to
Uh,
say about the weeks?
Last night I watched Incarnate,
Oh, okay.
which is a Blumhouse horror movie from 2009, I think, with Aaron Eckhart in it. It was so bad, so bad. Every fucking trope you can, because it's one of those possession type movies, so it has every fucking trope you can think of.
Yeah.
Everyone. That's like not even a fuck. It was like it was such a fucking mess. Don't watch it. Don't
I
watch it.
won't watch it. It's okay. I only watch like when it comes, especially when it comes to Blumhouse. There's very few movies I actually watch from them. But
No,
yeah.
they have some really good movies, but not as many. Cause
No, but they know how to do it because they spend like $1 million on a film and then they send it out because it's horror schlock. People are gonna spend money on it anyway. So at the end of the day,
well,
it makes bank every time.
well, the thing is, it's like because Jason Blum they're trying something different in the way they do movies. Because they also did have Death Day Split and Get Out, which are three really good movies.
Really good films, all three of them. Yeah.
Yeah. But they also have Truth or Dare, Insidious, and the new Halloween, which is okay.
New Halloween's pretty. I like the new Halloween just
It's
because
like
it was
they have
brainless.
some they have some really good movies and really bad movies.
It was
The really
basically a
bad
'70s
movies,
film made with a modern budget. That's what
yeah.
the new Halloween was.
But apparently they also did The Visit.
Yep.
I always thought that one was just a Shyamalan's indie project.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
Basically, Shyamalan tried to find somebody to fund it, and Blumhouse said, "Yeah,
That's fine, because that's what they do. They try to go for the really dumb ones, but not really
somehow they
dumb
carry
ones.
on making money."
Right. Yeah, because you have to, even if you do good movies, you really need to do also bad movies. Bad movies
Yeah,
fund you. I
it's
mean,
the bad
fuck's
movies that
sake.
keep you going, basically, and it's
Yeah.
it's just how it goes. It's just the way the wheel turns and
Well,
stuff.
they have the paranormal activity in the CDs. These ones bring money, and they can actually do good movies.
They do. Yeah.
And because they also did some ones that I really like The Lord of Salem.
That's not a bad
It-
film.
It's an okay
I
movie.
mean, it's
They
not
also did
great, but it's a pretty decent film.
they also did the Belko Experiment and
Which
Upgrade,
is
which
also they're both great.
yeah, and it's just they also did Unfriended the Dark Web, which is a bad one.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
And
well.
Green Inferno, which is a hilariously bad movie. I didn't like it at all. Right, so besides the point, let's get to the news.
Get over with the news real quick because Batman
Right,
talk is on its way.
right. So we have a live action Doom movie coming out.
Yeah, we know about that. It's been in development since last year. That's when they announced
Yeah,
it.
there is a trailer now.
What? I
Yes,
am on the Googles now.
I
YouTube,
am.
quickly.
Wait. Here is the link. It's pretty fucking bad. I'll
Oh
give you that much.
no.
It looks like it misses everything. It missed every point of it.
Because
There is.
I saw an image of a Zombo, of like one of the possessed, and that didn't look horrible.
Bruh,
Let me just kill the
please.
sound. I'm killing the. Oh god, it's a 30-second. It's just a teaser. Okay, it's on
Prim-
Mars. That's a lady. Your mission, don't die. Oh, for God. That's a BFG. Straight first shot in the trailer is a fucking BFG. It looks very cheap.
It is because it's probably because I think it's going direct to DVD.
Is it?
Yup.
What's going on?
I mean, the imps look horrendous.
It. Ah.
Welcome.
Ah. Why?
there is also a new movie that's about Charles Manson.
Yeah, I know about that one as well, but
Here is the trailer.
are you giving me more trailers? It's trailers day here at the Voices from Behind,
And there is a German movie that's basically The Witch.
but German.
And it's called Hagazussa.
Okay.
It looks meh at best. Of course, it has those topical words made by news outlets I've never even fucking heard of in my life. They're like, this is like a feminized version of Eraserhead.
Oh, for God's sake.
What the fuck do you
Why
mean
do
by
people
that?
always insist on making it about feminism or about anything? It's just at the end of the day, if the movie has a message, watch it first before you watch the trailer and go, this movie is about a thing.
I don't even know why they compared it of all things to Eraserhead, which doesn't look like it has anything in common with fucking Eraserhead, with people that make things go boom in their minds. It's about fucking witches and demons and devils. I don't get it.
Oh, people just like to say topical shit for the sake of being topical, if you know what I mean.
Fair enough. And apparently, a bit of unrelated news to the movie. There was the first in decades gunning down of Italian mob boss in New York.
Yeah, I read about that this morning.
Yeah, that just happened. What the fuck? I was like, are we going back to those days? Because that'd be fucking hilarious.
Also, yeah, a shooting happened in Brazil as well. I think it was yesterday.
It's Brazil.
No, but it was a pair of kids, and they shot up a high school, killed a bunch of people, then killed each other. No, but it wasn't mentioned on any outlets, of course, because it was in Brazil.
I think that we saw who was it? One of the presidential candidates in Brazil gets stabbed. Well, he was on his parade.
Well, that's Brazil for you.
That's Brazil. He's just like, he can give up. He's like, someone got shot in Brazil. Must be Monday.
Speaking of news, Avengers got a trailer.
Fuck that.
It looks good. I'm kind of. Fuck was that? I heard a
One
noise.
knows.
I was kind of hype. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Also, there's a poster that looks okay. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. I just heard a weird ass noise. I'll be back in a sec. You blabber about Avengers or something.
Now I have to go and see this Avengers trailer. Endgame trailer 2, I guess. Let's see this. That's the official trailer. But yeah, I guess he needs to give me the thing, because oh wait, no, this is 8 hours ago. Let's. Of course, it starts off with Tony Stark speaking. Why am I not surprised?
I have returned. I am sorry.
I'm literally watching now the new Endgame trailer that came out 8 hours ago.
Yeah, doesn't look horrible. It looks pretty good.
It literally starts off with fucking narration by Tony Stark.
Yeah. Also, Detective Pikachu, the Pokemon film that's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
That
Soon.
I'm just reading a thing that says that it was shot on film. It wasn't shot digitally. It was shot on film to preserve the noir quality of it.
Fair enough. I'll refrain all my comments for when the movie comes out, because
yeah, me too.
You know, we have Dumbo, we have fucking Sonic, and let's go with Aladdin, and they look fucking horrendous, and literally Pikachu looks like the best out of the lot.
To be honest, Pikachu looks the fucking best out of all of them.
Yep. And I don't know how they pulled that one off.
Yeah, neither do I. But at the end of the day, is that the news? Are we done with the news? Is there any more news? If you got
Anthem's
any more, Anthem's doing really well. Yeah.
No, Anthem's doing really badly.
Is it? I thought it was doing really, really well.
No, because apparently the hardcore player base is trying to organize a boycott. Yeah.
For what reason?
Because BioWare nerfed shit that was broken to begin with, but made the game more playable.
Oh, Anthem. Sorry, I was thinking about Apex Legends.
Oh no, Apex Legends is doing fine. It's just gonna this until something else comes out and gets the bandwagon going. It's gonna be the new hype for all this, like what,
That's
3 more months or so.
Respawn deserves it.
Yep, they do.
Respawn really deserves getting people to play their game.
Right.
But no,
So
Anthem doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all that it's shit.
I have a friend of mine who plays it. Said that the game's. I mean, he expected nothing. It's okay, but there's a lot of things that should have been ironed out, especially when you have a fucking open beta and those things are fucking signaled and they didn't do it because
Yeah,
apparently open beta is the new.
because it's pretty clear that the game was rushed out of the oven a year early, at least.
I'd say 2. I'd say at least 2.
Because apparently they've been developing it for ages, but never got the chance to do it properly. And just when they were starting to do it properly, EA said, "We need to put this out. We need to put this out now." So
Yeah.
that doesn't surprise me. EA killing yet another developer that they took under their wing. It doesn't surprise me at all.
All right, so let's get to the Batman.
Ooh, so this is the section where we each propose our little stories and little Batman casts. Do you want to do serious first, and then we'll do the memes because it will just be funnier that way.
Let's just get it combined. Like you do, we do both, and then with the stories, and then we
Okay.
discuss it.
Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
Yes, I'll go first.
You will go first.
So,
Okay.
right. So let me start off with the serious stuff. So
The serious
guy who I
Batman
wanted to-
casting.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
The one who I want to play Batman in the serious one is Kyle Urban.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see that.
I think he fits the bill pretty nice, even though he's really old.
He's
probably
older.
gonna do it, but yeah,
he's
it's
got,
kind
but
of sucks.
He's got the square chin and everything.
Yeah.
Do you know who I actually
also got
see him as well, apart from Batman?
the
Kyle Rayner.
not the- Fair enough. I was thinking more of the. Oh God, not that shot. What the fuck's going wrong with me?
Deathstroke.
Yeah, Deathstroke. I think he can
Yeah.
pull off a decent Deathstroke.
He can pull off a lot of the villains that are
Yep.
like brawlers and stuff. So
Right, so I have got Dick Grayson, and I was kind of baffled by 2. First of all, I'd like to see Dane DeHaan play Dick Grayson or Josh Hutcherson.
okay, oh, you're fucking killing it here, Jesus.
I think that they can do both really well. I also got Batwoman, and I have Amanda
you got
Seyfried.
Batwoman.
Yeah, Batwoman. I just had trouble finding anything else. I was thinking about Red Hood beginning. I can't
Well, you could
figure
get
out
Dane
the-
DeHaan to play Jason. That could be pretty good casting as well.
Fair enough, but it's just it gets weird. So I got Batwoman. I got Amanda Seyfried to play
Siegfried.
Seyfried.
Yeah,
Whatever.
hard. Yeah.
So Alfred, the serious Alfred I got is Michael Caine.
But we already have Michael Caine. He played Alfred already.
I know that's the thing. I just for a serious Alfred I couldn't get the meme one is good, but the original one I just
I
can't
have
figure it
found
out.
one. I've found a few that could be a pretty good Alfred on my end. But
So the Gordon, the one who I want to play Gordon is Bryan Cranston.
bastard, I was gonna pick him, but then I literally looked at the I just typed in Commissioner Gordon and kind of looked at Bryan Cranston on the side and was like, he's gonna fucking pick Bryan Cranston. I don't want to pick him as well.
We all gonna pick Bryan Cranston. He fits it. I got Martha Wade by Kate Siegel,
Siegel.
right? And
Okay.
Thomas Wayne. I want Thomas Wayne to be played by Alec Baldwin.
Wasn't there? There was a thingy though. There was he was gonna play Thomas Wayne in
Really?
the Joker film, yeah, but he dropped out.
That's so bad because I really I didn't know that. I was
Yeah.
I
There was
looking
there was
forward
news that he was gonna play Thomas Wayne, but then he dropped out of the production.
Fuck. I think that he.
Alec Baldwin would fucking crush it as Thomas Wayne as well.
Yep. So I got for Lucius. I've got 2 people for Lucius.
Go on.
Idris Elba because I gotta get my
Obviously,
boy
yeah,
inside some.
I was gonna put my boy in there as well, but I kind of decided
And Jamie
against
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Oh, okay. Jamie Foxx is Lucius, like a younger, sort of spunkier Lucius.
Yeah. And also got Lucius' son played by Michael B. Jordan.
Obviously, because if I don't get a Batwing film that doesn't star Michael B. Jordan, I will burn something.
Exactly. And for the Joker, because I got Joker, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze.
Okay, that's a solid team. Mine is so off the side that you won't expect mine at all.
Well, probably. I was so baffled because I was trying to figure out an actually serious Joker that I can pull it off. And the closest I got was Hugh Laurie.
Okay. Do you want me to give you a Joker that I thought about?
Yeah.
Robert
Okay.
Pattinson.
Good work.
Twilight Boy. Just look at him and imagine him with pale skin and green hair, and he just looks exactly like him.
Oh, the Two-Face, the actor that I want to play seriously Two-Face is Alexander Skarsgård.
Yes. Fuck yes.
I know, right? And Mr. Freeze.
Either him or John Hamm.
And Mr. Freeze, I was thinking about Ralph Fiennes from
Ralph Fiennes. Ray Fiennes.
Ralph.
I think it's Rafe or whatever. He was one of my first choices for Alfred.
It's Ralph Fiennes from Budapest.
From Harry Potter.
From the Grand Hotel Budapest.
And from Red Dragon. Yeah, we know who Ray Fiennes is.
Right. So let's start with the meme ones.
Oh, you got the memes. You got the memes.
The memes. So the meme Batman I want to play is Keanu Reeves.
Oh, you bastard. Okay. Wait. Actually, no. Before you give me the meme, have you got like a loose story or something?
Yeah, the loose story is this. So Batman, Dick Grayson and Batwoman investigating in the murder alley, which is controlled by Two-Face, investigating Mr. Freeze abducting people for his experiments.
Okay.
Somehow we slot in the Joker, and because
just throw him in as a wild card, obviously.
Yeah, he's just a wild card, and that's why where Martha and Thomas Wayne come in, because while he's investigating the place where his parents got killed, he gets these flashbacks.
Okay.
And he just like a little bit of backstory, and they obviously have trouble. They start having trouble because Mr. Freeze's experiments get him some better stuff. It's just like I haven't exactly figured out exactly how.
Yeah, but it involves Mr. Freeze abducting people for the sake of experiments. Is he trying? Is he trying to revive his wife again?
Not exactly.
Okay.
So that happens, and they have to face the coalition between Joker, Two-Face, and Mr. Freeze, and they have trouble. So Lucius and his son come in to help, and this is sets up for the sequel where we have Lucius' son finally become Batwing.
Okay, that's not a bad story. Also, Josh Hutcherson is a Robin. That's a really good idea. I never thought about that.
Right, so the meme Dick Grayson I got the meme Dick Grayson is Taylor Lautner.
Oh God. For those that don't know, not Taylor Lautner, Dick Grayson. He's a buff boy. Like he's the original Robin that became Nightwing. Like he's a buff boy, don't get me wrong, but he's also a sort of, he's not super buff. Like he's very springy. So Taylor Lautner being a brick doesn't.
Right. So for the Batwoman, I got Taylor Swift.
Oh no! This is getting worse and worse.
Oh, trust me. For the Alfred, I got John Malkovich to play Alfred.
That's actually not. Oh no! That's making John Malkovich do an accent. That's I wouldn't say that's a good idea.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And I got John Savage to play Gordon.
Huh? Oh.
John Savage is the guy from Deer Hunter. It's fine, right? So, and I got Tilda Swinton to play Martha Wayne. And guess who plays Thomas Wayne?
Who plays Thomas Wayne?
Tim Roth. Tim Roth for these bitches.
John Savage is not a bad idea for. Who did you say he was going to play?
John Savage is going to play Gordon.
It's not. He doesn't look far from the part. He's just a bit old. I think that's the only thing.
Way old.
Yeah.
And Thomas Wayne being played by Tim Roth.
You pussy.
Meta memes all over the place.
Meta callbacks to old episodes of the podcast. That's pretty good.
Obviously.
Hey, that's
right. So
good.
Lucius is being played by Will Smith.
Hey, please don't tell me that his son is gonna. No.
I couldn't resist it.
Being played by Jaden Smith. Who's going to make he's going to make the tweets, say the things.
I want you to imagine Jaden Smith talk about technology for a second.
Oh God, but use the weird ass accent he had in After Earth.
Sure, I mean, fine. Right. So, guess who my meme joker is?
Who's your meme joker?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, but that's not a bad idea though.
That's, I mean, the thing is,
Don't get me
Keanu
wrong. I
Nicholas-
have Nick Cage cast in my meme squad as well, but so you're gonna have the stoic Keanu Reeves play off like a crazy Nick Cage.
Yes. Think about it for a second. It fits. It fucking fits. It fits.
That's great. That's pretty great. Okay.
And we get I want Two-Face Mads Mikkelsen to play Two-Face. Mostly because he can't fucking do it. I mean, the guy, he's a great actor, but that's one thing he probably can't fucking do. I just can't fucking
play
imagine.
half villain, half good guy. Yeah, I don't see that happening with him.
He's either gonna go full fucking psychopath or go full good guy.
Yeah.
So yeah. And for Mr. Freeze, I actually figured out a name that was better than the one I have right now,
Go on.
but I forgot it.
Oh,
Sadly, it was even memeier than
it will
this.
come back to you. Who did you pick?
Woody Harrelson.
But he's already playing Carnage.
Yeah, that's probably not gonna happen.
He's had that horrible cake wig.
I know, right? It was so bad. It was so bad.
Is that your casting then? I could.
Right, so I also want to make a throwback.
Oh,
I have Harvey Bullock in both movies.
Okay, yeah, Harvey Bullock. For those that he's one of the main detectives at the police department, and he works with Batman quite often.
Yeah,
He's also drinking asshole.
Do you know who I want to play Harvey Bullock in both versions?
Who?
John Goodman.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that's actually solid. Just imagine John Goodman like swinging like a bottle of whiskey or something, smoking a cigarette, walking around going, "Meh."
I mean, that was basically what he does in every movie, to be honest. Yeah, but you know,
Even in Flintstones.
Even there was one that because the Mr. Freeze, Ralph Fiennes, he looks the part.
Yeah, actually, he could pull it off. To be fair,
I actually figured out even a better actor that had a more elongated face than him that would probably fit more the animated version of the Mr. Freeze.
Benadryl Cabbage Patch.
No. I mean an actual actor, not a meme.
Oh no, no, I was actually being serious.
No, there was this. Fuck, I'll probably figure it out. If not now, next week.
That's all right. We'll come back to you eventually.
Yeah.
Should I go with my cast? Yes.
Yes.
So I have a little cast here. Right. So we're doing serious first, aren't we?
Yep.
So I've got Armie Hammer for Batman.
Wait, who was Armie Hammer?
Armie Hammer, the man from U.N.C.L.E., the Russian dude.
Oh. Yeah, I can see it happening.
He was supposed to play Batman at one point.
Really?
Yeah, he was. You know the George Miller 2007 Justice League film that never happened?
Yeah.
He was supposed to play Batman in that.
I can see it
He would
happening.
fucking crush it as Batman, yeah.
Yep.
So as Alfred, I've got Callum Keith Rennie.
Who?
Google him. The moment you see his face, you'll know exactly what I mean.
Wait, so
So it's Callum.
Oh, Callum.
Keith.
Oh.
Tell me that. Tell me you literally just put a mustache on him.
Yeah.
And he's
I can see it
Alfred
happening.
straight away.
Yeah, I can see it happening.
Yeah, okay. So then I've got Tim Drake and Stephanie Brown as sidekicks.
Tim Drake is Stephanie Brown. Oh, by the way, I was thinking about Stephanie Brown, and I was thinking the girl from It. You know, the ginger one.
Yeah. She has to go blonde though. No, I have two people from a show that I watch called Riverdale.
Of course you do.
Right. No, listen to me. They're already like together in real life. All right.
Fair enough.
And their chemistry on the show is really good. So I've got Cole Sprouse and Lily Reinhart playing obviously each respective role.
Wait, wasn't that the guy with the beanie and?
Yep. And the blonde. So
yeah, the one that was in love with Archie, but he wasn't.
So that's Tim Drake and Stephanie Brown.
Yeah, that could
See,
work.
I thought about this. Oh.
No, not Stephanie Brown. Ah, fuck, I forgot. Not Stephanie Brown, the one that's from Year Zero, the redheaded Robin.
Carrie Kelly?
Yeah, Carrie.
Isn't she like the one from like Dark Knight Returns? Actually,
I think so. I mean, the one that he fights Superman and beats the living shit out of him and dies because he's of old age, simulates a heart attack. I always forget. Wasn't that
yeah, that's
years
the Dark
ago?
Knight Returns.
Yeah, okay. So I was thinking about her, the actress from It.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would work really well actually.
yep, that would. But the thing is like, but I was thinking which meme would I slot in there. I was like, I can't figure anything because first of all, I can't even name so many natural redheads, let alone children as redheads.
Yeah, that's the weird part about it. But
I
she's actually a really good actress, and her playing Carrie will actually be pretty cool.
Yep, I would like.
So my Gordon
Yep,
is Kyle MacLachlan,
that name sounds familiar.
Twin Peaks.
But, oh, wasn't that the?
He was in Dune as well, I think.
Yes.
Think about it. Look at him. Tell me that's not Gordon. You've put a mustache on him.
And gray hair.
Yeah.
That could work. Could work.
And as Lucius, I've got Harry Lennox.
Again, fucking
What?
Harry Lennox.
Yep.
Lennox from Man of Steel.
Yep.
Yep. I can see it perfectly.
So I've left the three villains for the end because you'll appreciate this. I'm pretty sure you will. I've got three villains like that was the goal of the little exercise. I've got Bane.
Right. Oh, by the way, do you know who I thought about Bane? Bane. The guy that plays Mountain in Game of Thrones.
That's literally who I've got.
Of course, because that's the only person that can pull him off. Literally, although having him try to attempt a Latino accent would probably be
you won't have to do a Latino accent. Like the way I have it set up in the story, you probably won't even have to talk that much. But I literally, the moment I thought to myself, I could do a Bane story, and I can use Hafjör Julius Bjornsson as I thought Bane, and then in my head I immediately saw the Mountain from Game of Thrones. The very first Mountain, not the later ones.
Yep, sounds fair.
It's fucking perfect.
Exactly. That's literally, I was also thinking about it, but then again, the meme one I'll probably go for someone that's
my meme one's pretty good. Trust me. I genuinely thought about keeping the cast the same and just changing Bane to the meme one, and it would make it 10 times better. But I didn't. Then I have the Penguin.
The guy that plays in the X-Men movies, the short dude.
I
forget his name.
I have Jonah
Peter
Hill.
Dinklage. Ew. Peter Dinklage, please.
No. That trust me. I have Peter Dinklage somewhere. Okay. He's in my back pocket at the moment. Don't worry about it. So I have Jonah Hill is the Penguin.
Yeah, fine.
And I have Javier Bardem playing Man-Bat.
Oh, Man-Bat.
Man-Bat.
Really?
Yeah. So, do you want me to tell you the quick synopsis I have going? I've written it down like you read it on the back of a jewel case. So Dr. Robert, good job, Eva. Dr. Robert Langstrom gets attacked halfway through one of his experiments by the Penguin's goons. Okay. Because this man owes the Penguin money, because the Penguin funded his experiments to cure his horrible tinnitus.
All right.
Okay, this is basically what it is. So, a week later after this freak accident happens when he gets attacked, a weird bat creature starts attacking the city.
All right.
And it goes for the Penguin first. And so the Penguin has no choice but to call on Batman and say, hey, Batman, I need your help because I don't know where this guy's coming from. And you can figure it out better than me. And I'm running for mayor right now. So I can't be seen as a criminal. Obviously, Batman has to deal with that later. Doesn't matter. Which eventually turns out that there was venom involved in the creation of the serum they was trying to use to cure tinnitus, which then leads them to Santa Prisca, where they encounter Bane as well. So that's pretty much it. It's basically like an investigation to find where Man-Bat came from, and
So
what
it's
his deal is.
So you're basically doing a refresh of Batman Forever.
Kinda, but I'm doing it better.
That's not difficult.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want me to tell you the amazing meme cast I've got going here?
Yes,
Because this is you'll appreciate this. So as Batman, yeah, I've got Michael Cera.
You know, my friends told me to put Jesse Eisenberg as Joker.
I thought about that as well, but that's actually decent casting. So
No, that's not decent casting. Ew.
as Alfred, I've got Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Why though? Why?
Because he's gonna be doing his English accent from Bram Stoker's Dracula.
he can make a call to it by being Bruce Wayne and just foot off with his
So
British
as Gordon, I have Nick Cage.
Nah, I don't see that one.
I have it though. Shut up. As Lucius, I have Robert Downey Jr. doing blackface from Tropic Thunder.
That's
Pretty good. As Tim Drake, Mel Gibson.
But he's 50.
Who cares? We're doing a meme cast, aren't we? Do you want to hear who I've got as Stephanie Brown?
Who?
Helen Mirren. Just imagine those two running around in tights.
I was actually thinking about putting Nicole Kidman as Batwoman.
Oh God, it's not bad. That's not horrible actually. But yeah, imagine an obscenely racist bearded Tim Drake that looks older than Batman, running around going, "Your mother!"
Nothing beats John Malkovich as Alfred. Please.
Oh God.
It was like Master Wayne, Malkovich.
So as Man-Bat, I've got Russell Crowe. Because he proved that he did such a great job to play Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the Mummy movie, so I got him as Man-Bat.
I was so thinking about putting Russell Crowe as Joker, but I was like, no.
Come on, that's a bit low. We're going for tasteful memes here, please.
God.
So as the Penguin, I was genuinely stumped. I didn't know who to pick, so I just picked Jackie Chan.
What?
So Jackie Chan's going to play a kung fu penguin who will fight Batman, and he will use all the props in the room to fight Batman.
Okay.
So this is we're back to Bane now. Okay.
Right.
So this is when I said Peter Dinklage.
Yes.
I was going to pick Peter. He is my meme casting for Bane. Regular size Peter Dinklage, not like a CGI bigger Peter Dinklage. He's just regular size Peter Dinklage, okay? And he plays Bane. So genuinely thought I'll just keep the whole cast the exact same as the serious one, but just swap the Mountain and Peter Dinklage around. So just imagine it's a super serious film. They get to Santa Priest and they're about to do shit, and they go, "Oh no, it's Bane!" And Peter Dinklage just waddles around from around the corner and just clicks a button and gets kind of an inch taller. It just kicks all their asses.
Jesus.
So yeah, that's about it. That was my amazing story of them investigating where Man-Bat came from.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, she's Amanda Seyfried. Fuck. Well, the thing is we could work with the other cast and figure out some more memes. But yeah, sounds like a very solid picks for a story.
See, I think we both, for the most part, we both sort of have ideas that could work in a film, and I think it's high time, sort of, we just people just made a Batman film where they didn't explain his backstory because everybody fucking knows it. His parents got shot in an alley, boo-hoo. And just make a film where he goes investigating shit, beats up a bunch of thugs, fights a villain in the end, and there's a twist at some point. That's all you need for a good film.
The thing is, especially with my meme cast, they will never give Keanu Reeves or Nicolas Cage a big movie to do. Because, come on, let's be fair, Keanu Reeves will do a fucking amazing Batman somehow, and then play.
He probably would.
Have you seen him train for John Wick?
He's a fucking wall right now.
He's so good. And playing off with Nicolas Cage, over the top Cage, best Cage. Doing Joker, but the thing is,
giggling like a maniac the whole time,
and being Nicolas Cage. It's just it would work. He's built for this role. I can't even believe that they haven't even considered giving Nicolas Cage at the point.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think because he got tied up with Fox and Ghost Rider and shit, so that's why.
I mean, Idris Elba was also part of Ghost Rider.
Shit, he was.
The second one, I
I,
also
f-
had to Google
I
that one. I
forgot
forgot.
about that.
Everybody forgot about that one. I forgot about that one until I saw it. I was like, oh fuck yeah, he was part of it. He was some kind of a angel agent, some shit.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Because he had some weird eyes, like purple, I think. Or were they red? Some shit. I can't even remember.
I don't remember either. So which story do you actually prefer? Do you prefer the more I've always wanted to see a more paranormal Batman story about a freak experiment happening, and
Well,
I'm tired of people going, oh, it's Batman, so it has to be grounded. No, he has like the most diverse rogues gallery ever. Why would you want to have that grounded?
I mean, let's be fair. You could tie up. We could make a kind of a mashup between them. Like, let's just say we switch the Man Bat guy with Mister Freeze.
Okay, yeah, but take the Joker out though. I don't want. I'm tired of people using him as a crutch.
I mean, sure, but then again, most people, and I do agree with that. You can't have Batman without the Joker, so you gotta
True,
have.
but you can always do what
He could,
Nolan did, and eventually make a sequel where the Joker does show up. Because the first one doesn't have the Joker; it just has Scarecrow.
yeah. I forgot who played the Scarecrow, but he did a fucking amazing
Cillian
job.
Murphy,
I forgot
Killian
what he
Murphy,
did.
uh, Peaky Blinders.
Uh, but he made an amazing job playing Scarecrow. I was thinking
Yeah.
about, by the way, slotting in Calendar Man of all things.
Or just as like a little side thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
you,
like
you
we
can you
spoke
can
about
have
Zaz last week.
you can have the Joker show up as a short cameo someplace. Like,
Yeah, no,
I don't know, in the
that's what I'm
background.
saying. Like, I thought about mentioning Nightwing in mine. Because Batman has issues trusting Tim Drake because he's the third Robin in a row. He doesn't want to fuck this up as well. So there's
Yeah.
that dynamic as well. But it's just I feel like I don't even know how to put it. Like people get desensitized from Batman films because there's
Yep.
been so many of them at this point, and people are just willing to see them regardless, even if they're good or not. But I'm just like Nolan obviously set the bar. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I still don't know.
By the way, just think about it for a second.
Go
Do you
on.
know who else could play the Dick Grayson?
Who?
Tobey Maguire.
No.
The edgy Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man 3.
Oh no. No, we're not doing that. Forget it. It's like saying, oh no, get Andrew Garfield to play him. Then it's the same thing.
I was actually thinking about Andrew Garfield. I was like, no, thank you.
His butt's not good enough. We need somebody with a really good backhand to play Dick Grayson. He's got the best ass in the whole DC universe. So obviously we need somebody with a great ass to play him.
Yep, you can ask how the female DC
DC characters, yeah, they pretty much
uh,
all slept with him, so it doesn't really because he's a dog.
God, soon we're gonna get to the second part of the third season of Young Justice. fucking soon, it's coming.
It's coming, and so am I.
So last week we did agree that I'm gonna have to watch a movie, and it was Jacob's Ladder,
I gave you a great existential crisis of a film, which is Jacob's Ladder.
which is as subtle as doing construction work at 3 a.m. in the morning.
I
Who
mean,
knew?
yeah, but it's also still one of the better films made ever,
I mean, the
with
movie
with a
has so
shitload
much.
of thought put through it that not a lot of
Actually,
people
not as
bother
much.
with.
See, the thing is, it's not as much as you think. Because, like I said, if they actually put some more thought in it, it would probably not be as subtle as the construction work at 3 a.m. in the morning. Because,
Yeah.
holy goddamn Jesus, it's like, "Hey, did anyone ever tell you look like a cherub?" I'm like, motherfucker, really? Who even says that? Who in their fucking right mind says that at any point of time? It's like, you look like a cherub. It's like, yeah,
Oh.
sure.
I can hear the sirens again.
Eh.
Welcome to Liverpool.
But it's like, it's not a bad movie. The imagery and the things that are shown on screen are pretty well done and made.
Yep.
Some of the designs are really well, but the story wise is just a mess. It's a complete mess. And it's like, oh God, where do I fucking begin? So it's about a guy that supposedly comes back from Vietnam, and he's spent 6 years attaining his PhD and becomes
Yep.
a mailman.
Yep.
I I forgot because I think I did a little bit of research on this movie, but halfway through I got bored because I'll get to most of it. So I think that this was something in the Bible. Fuck.
Jacob's
Whatever.
Ladder is a biblical thing. It's basically the
Yeah.
story of excuse me. A guy is at the bottom of a ladder going up to heaven, and obviously his name's Jacob, and he can't go up there without a blessing. And then he meets an angel trying to get up the ladder, and he's like, "Hey, you, angel dude, give me a blessing." And the angel's like, "No, I'm not giving you a blessing." And then they fight, and then he fights the angel until the angel goes, "Fine, here's a fucking blessing." And that's what happened. That's Jacob. That's the story of Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah. So so it starts. Of course, he's Vietnam War vet. They're in the trees. They're in the trees.
You weren't there, man.
You were there, man. And he technically he gets wounded, so this is his
He gets
cycle of life.
jabbed in the side. Yeah.
And while he's in the movie, it begins off where the Chiron's boat is basically the New York subway.
Yep.
Gets dropped off.
The boat going to hell.
The most unsubtle thing in existence. And his new wife, because he's married again, his new wife's name is Jezebel, which is the name of a Israeli queen in the Bible.
Yep.
That's basically, I think they meant, it's kind of alluded that she's a whore, which is also shown in the movie. It's just, it's all over the place when it comes to this. And all the references they make, they're not subtle. They literally use the names from the Bible of the prophets and stuff. And also Jezebel is also known as the false prophet, so everything she says is obviously a lie.
Yep.
And she's trying to get him to stay with him for some apparent reason, maybe because she's an agent of hell. It's never actually explained. So everything being said in this movie, you have to have an in-depth understanding of the Bible and the myths behind it, and especially the Old Testament, and knowledge of Hebrew mythology, and the imagery is directly taken from but some of them I think are taken directly from the Kabbalah.
Yep.
Which is
there's a lot of lizard imagery as well that is associated with that quite a bit.
Yeah, and halfway through he's questioning, like he kind of understands what the fuck's going on, but he kind of doesn't, because he doesn't understand that he's dead. Even though there was this black woman that reads his poem and says, like, according to this, you're already dead, and he just laughs it off. I'm like,
very funny. I came back from war.
No
also,
questions
did
asked.
you notice who plays his son?
It looked like Macaulay Culkin.
It was Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
It's his first film. He's not even credited. He doesn't even have a cast credit on it.
Jesus. I mean, I looked at him and was like, was that Macaulay Culkin?
Is that Macaulay? It looks like Macaulay.
I mean, he has done some really good movies. I'm not surprised. Although his acting career was definitely not as long as it should have been. Mostly because, the issues that come.
Yeah.
Too bad. He's an awesome dude. I actually watched him recently in the Angry Video Game Nerd series.
Yeah, he was in that. He was also in a Red Letter Media when they did. What fucking movie did they do? They did Halloween. Red Letter Media reviewed Halloween, and he just plays a guy that just sits on the side and he's just taking notes the whole time.
Oh yeah,
he's then he goes, and then the movie somehow turned into Home Alone. Mike, you haven't seen Home Alone? I've only seen Home Alone 2, Trapped in New York.
To be fair, that's probably the most well-known Home Alone movie, because it's a Christmas one.
But they're all Christmas ones.
No, but this one is directly Christmas.
They all are though. Even the original Home Alone is on Christmas.
Yeah, no, but this was being played on TV on every Christmas. Not the first, not the third, not the fourth.
It's always it is always the second, isn't it?
It's always the second.
So I remember going home one year after work, because I used to work in a pub, obviously, and you work on Christmas. And then I went home, and there was a TV in the house I was in, so I just thought, oh, just put the TV on. Nobody's home. It's Home Alone 2. Oh, I'm not watching this. And then I went upstairs and cried in my bed. I didn't cry. I'm just saying this for drama.
It's like the best Christmas movie of all times, the one that's being most watched. You know what? Which one it is?
Die Hard.
The second one.
Oh, right. I was gonna say
Because the second...
Die Hard or Jingle All the Way. Those are the two best Christmas films.
No, it's Die Hard 2. It's always Die Hard 2. Because most people, it's like Miracle on 38th Street, Jingle All the Way. Which one? The Grinch.
It's a Wonderful Life as well.
Whatever. This is like fucking bajillion out of them. People just watch Die Hard because it's like the one that makes the least amount of sense. It's like
go to the party, have a good time.
Oh, go to the cows, have a good time. Bullshit.
Have a few beers. Oh God, you're one of them, aren't you?
But this was from Nakatomi Plaza, though.
Yeah.
This is from the first one.
I know, it's still... He's like crawling through the fence. He's like, go to the cows, have a good time. That
bullshit.
The one movie... I forgot his name. Shit.
Who? Bruce Willis?
Oh, yeah, the one movie Bruce Willis could be asked to act in. That and 12 Monkeys.
I actually watched recently 12 Monkeys.
It's not a bad film.
It's not a good one either.
It's not a great film. It's not a bad film.
Right, so during that, and across the movie, he also meets up with 3 other people that were part of his platoon, and they're in this. What's the word for it? I forgot.
Purgatory.
No, they weren't in purgatory by the time. He was going through purgatory at the end of the movie while he was moving up the ladder, so the scary imagery, because that's the purgatory part. No, when he was meeting the people that died with him from his platoon, and it just somehow all of them just, I don't know. The acting makes sense, but the delivery, it's just not there.
Speaking of that, do you know how there's like all the Twitchers or whatever they're called, the demons that they're like moving their heads around really quick.
Yep.
There wasn't a single CGI shot in that entire bit. Every time you saw one of them, it's all done in camera.
I know.
Which is impressive for the time.
Do you know who would make a hilarious Batman and Dick Grayson?
Who?
We have Batfleck as Batman and Dick Grayson being played by Matt Damon.
People said that was going to happen.
I know.
People genuinely said, we want that to happen. Because apparently, just after Affleck said he was going to make a film, people immediately said, "Oh, you should get Matt Damon with you, and you should totally put him up as Dick Grayson."
There were also talks. I'm not sure about Michael Bay doing a Dora the Explorer movie.
What? There's a Dora the Explorer movie? Dora the Explorer.
I'm not sure. I mean, what talks about it?
Live action. Google it quickly. There was one for 2012. Oh, there's going to be one releasing in August this year.
Yeah, but there were talks that it wasn't going to be by James Bobbin. It was going to be by Michael Bay.
Oh, God. Isabella Moner. She's starring in it. Oh. Okay, and she is 18 this year. Oh, it's the same chick from Transformers, from the horrible Transformers.
That would explain why Michael Bay is in it.
It's the same girl, yeah.
Yeah, so
the one that Michael Bay said, "This is your new character. This is your new star," even though she was in it for like 5 minutes.
Yep.
Okay, so Jacob's Ladder, he is in the bit where he's with all his platoon mates. They're all also dead.
Yeah, and they go through this, I don't know. Let's go at existential crisis with the question everything, and one of them is really unhinged. I forgot which one. And the chase with the demons. Were they actually demons? And again, it's not really well explained what the fuck's going on. It's just weird imagery happens and no explanation behind it. And this is not background explanation, no explanation at all.
Yeah.
It's because the cherub, the guy that's there to help him, he's like he just disappears in the beginning of the movie, then reappears halfway through, no questions asked. He wakes up between his life with his first wife during the movie because
Yeah,
she's his only wife.
he keeps going in and out of like weird
Heaven and
states
hell
where he is yeah, because basically he's still trapped
in
somewhere.
purgatory.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
can't his soul can't like go either way because for whatever reason he needs to let go of something, but he still doesn't know what it is. Although
Technically,
the entire film he sees imagery of he basically blames himself for the death of his son, and it's something he needs to let go of. Doesn't learn to do that until the very end.
which is
Spoilers.
kind of well, which is to be fair, that's kind of fucking stupid when you think about it.
Yeah, but the whole idea is that he doesn't realize that he's dead.
Well, yeah, I mean, sure, but then again, they ask him to let go of the one thing he feels responsible for, and even though I don't think he was responsible though, was he?
Well,
No, I don't
technically,
think.
he pushed him off on the bike, and then he got ran over. So it is his fault. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is his fault. So even though can get he can accept it and let go of it, it still would be his fault. So he still have to go downstairs. But no, somehow he has to go upstairs because he learns how to let it go. What?
Yeah, it's like symbolism of
Nothing. It's
no,
just like
it's basically letting go of any burdens that you have left. It doesn't have to apply to death specifically. It works the same way in real life. If something's bothering you, and when you're pissed off at something, and you have to say it to somebody to get it off your chest. It's sort of the same thing.
sure, but then again, you're asking a guy who literally feels the cause of the death of his spouse. I
Yeah.
mean, to get away, he's just like that doesn't work that way.
Still, though, the whole movie is basically just him realizing that he
Now
needs
that you
to.
mention it,
What?
I, last week I said I was gonna talk about the San Stefanian Bulgarian.
Yeah,
Consul-
we'll get to that as well.
Fuck,
I
I was
was
like,
about to ask you about 10 minutes ago before we started the film, like that you were gonna give us like a little history lesson today on the.
yes, I know. I'm sorry, I forgot. I was just like, I don't know. It's pretty weird because this week I've been all over the place, so I'm kind of sloppy.
Yeah, I'm the same. I literally thought I'm gonna prep this Batman, thing just after the podcast last week, and then I didn't. And I was on earlies pretty much the entire week, apart from Tuesday
Yeah.
where I was off, but I decided to sleep until like 1:30.
Mm.
So
So I've seen Jacob's Ladder so many times. I get it, but it's one of those movies I won't recommend for people to watch, mostly because the religious symbolism,
is
iconography,
is kind of
and
on the nose,
everything.
yeah.
It
It's
just
also
alone,
it's also heavily based on Dante Alighieri's Inferno as well, because he's
well,
going through
yeah,
because the times where he's not in heaven imagining like an ideal life, he's going through all 9 circles of hell.
yeah.
So
Well, it's kind of bad. This is the bad part. It's like eh, I've seen this done better in story wise. Uh, Story-wise concept. I mean, Christ, we have a fucking book about it. It's written better, but the imagery is really good. So if you like pretty things
if you
on,
like watching awesome looking shots and it's a very well directed and very well acted and very well shot film.
yeah, for
Everything
the most
about
part,
it just like especially atmosphere wise, it just drips, it oozes with atmosphere. So it just if you want to watch a really like a spectacular looking film that doesn't have that many spectacular images in it, you should watch Jacob's Ladder. But also, if you're kind of squeamish, don't watch Jacob's Ladder.
yeah, there was that last part where
Go
he
that
goes.
that movie gonna fuck you up.
Right, so yeah, I
So
mean, most of the movies just like this lost on me.
well, I enjoy it. Like I've not seen it that many times because it's one of those
I've
films
seen
that
it
kind
like
of
10 times now,
I think
and it's
4 or 5. It's just one of those that first time I saw it, I felt like I needed a shower, and then when you see it a second time, sort of start understanding what's going on and whatnot.
I
But
mean, I've seen it 10 times and I can't remember it every time. So every time I'm like, have I actually watched this? This looks familiar. Then I start watching the movie, like, yeah, I've watched
it's like,
this.
oh, I've
Oh,
seen it.
huh.
Oh. But yeah, for
It's like,
those of you that haven't seen it and would like to see a film that is sort of, I don't think anything's been made like it since, or there's other films that kind of look like it. And for a 90s film, it's pretty ahead of its time. So just watch Jacob's Ladder. It will fuck you up a bit, but it's a very existential watch, which has a very sort of somber, melancholic, bittersweet ending.
Yeah, because he goes up to heaven, but he dies in real life, and he's still in Vietnam. Because in the beginning, it's alluded that they get ambushed by, they're in the trees, man.
They're in the trees, man.
Trees.
We kind of spoiled the whole thing, but just watch it for yourselves, and you'll see what we mean. Because it's just the whole film is a man clinging to his life, and not knowing about it.
Yeah. So for next week, I've got a movie that's got amazing imagery.
Let me get the notebook, and I don't have a pen, for God's sake.
Just IMDb it, man.
I know, but I need to write it down. Bear with me. I'm reaching for the pen.
Pennywise. Okay.
Okay, I have grabbed the pen, and you're giving me a movie with amazing imagery.
Yeah, I kind of rushed. I'm gonna rush this one a bit. I wanted to give you this for Halloween, but this is gonna be fucking
Jesus. Well, let's give it this for Halloween. What month is that? Oh, it's March. Oh, all right.
Yeah, the movie is called The Void.
I think I know this film.
It's a 2017 or 2018 movie, I think. It's a really good one.
Okay. So, was it horror or?
Yes, it's horror, but because, like I said, I was really sloppy this week, so I didn't figure out the movie up until like 15 minutes ago. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. It's got the creepy imagery, and it loses atmosphere and everything, but it doesn't have a deep plot.
Sometimes it doesn't have to have a deep plot to be a good film.
Oh, trust me, this one barely has got a plot.
All right.
But it's got a plot, but the plot is a little bit iffy. But the plot doesn't the plot doesn't detriment the movie for what it is.
Okay. All right. So the Void is my film for the week after. That's pretty good.
Let me just find it on IMDb so I can link it so you see which one, because there's like 50,000 of them at this point.
I'm pretty sure there's like an 80s one as well that's called The Void. There's quite a few.
No, it's a 2016 movie. Sorry, it's
2016. Okay.
It's pretty interesting because this movie, when it came out... Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong Discord.
Just throwing IMDb links in other people's chats. That's great. Excuse me.
The movie could have been shown in theaters, and I was one of the few people that actually signed the petition for it to be shown at least one day.
That's an awesome looking poster. The Void. That is a really fucking good looking poster. Jesus Christ.
Indeed it is.
Pure cosmic dread. So, you keep giving me like Lovecraftian shit. Okay.
By the way, the guy, one of the directors is one of the guy behind The Shape of Water, and the Total Recall remake.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Not the Total Recall.
Oh
remake.
yes.
Oh
and
no.
Also the first assistant art director of the It remake.
Okay. God, this movie.
And he's also the assistant art director of Shazam.
Okay, so it's not that bad.
No, actually, the movie is fucking amazing.
No, I'm looking at some of the images, and there's one image. I've heard of this film. I see some of these monster designs, and I've definitely heard of this film. Yeah, this whole triangle thing, I've heard of it. I've definitely heard of it.
Trust me, it's a fucking amazing movie, and this is to be watched.
There's a shot here in the pictures that is just a bunch of weird cultist people with triangles, like lit with a red light in a forest. That's a really
which reminds me.
spooky.
But now that we talk about cultists,
ooh,
how far into blood are you in?
Blood, I've not touched it. I'll be honest with you. I haven't had the chance to touch it.
You little bitch.
I'll play it. I'll promise you. I will. After we're done here, I will make some food, some din-dins, and I will play Blood tonight. And I'll try and beat the first, episode.
Alright, so I can actually get you to play multiplayer, because you will not survive if you can't beat the first episode. You need to be a badass undead gunslinger by the end of the first episode, or don't fucking bother, because you're not gonna go far. Because trust me, now I'm on post-mortem because I beat the original Blood, the original 4 episodes.
Right. Yeah, I'll play it. I'll play it tonight. I promise.
Yeah,
I'm off tomorrow as well, so I'll play it tomorrow as well. Okay, Dad.
and I'm on Postmortem, which is the original expansion that's made by Monolith, because there is another one that's not made by Monolith, but
Okay.
it kind of keeps it. And the original expansion is a fucking nightmare. Oh my god! Because you know those cultists, those kids getting cultists,
Uh-huh.
they're so fun, right? Right?
Yeah.
Well, what would you say if I told you that in Postmortem they have two new types of cultists, one of which
Oh.
just chucks dynamites at all costs and they have pinpoint accuracy with them, and the second ones wield fucking Tesla guns.
Okay.
Oh,
That
but you haven't.
sounds...
Oh, trust me, it's not.
Oh.
And I'm on one level that literally I just gave up the halfway through. I am
Just
mastering up my fucking
throw the laptop out the window.
so much shit, man. So much shit. It's so fucking badly placed. Because, you know, it's an old game, so hit scanners and shit. But the biggest problem is with the hit detection at some points, because you have to use a lot the flare gun.
All right.
You have to use the flare gun. You have to learn how to use the flare gun and how to, because you need to min max your ammunitions, because otherwise you'll be fucked. Royally fucked.
Okay. We shall see how that goes. So you are you giving the history lesson or?
Right.
So for those that don't know,
wait. To talk a bit, I need to get some stuff ready.
okay, I'll talk. I'll talk. So last week, there was a point of discussion that was reached. We were talking about history and the history of certain holidays and anything like that. And Evo, in his infinite wisdom, because he does enjoy the history, he said that he was going to give us a bit of backstory about a certain sort of, how can I put it, a certain time and a certain way Bulgaria, and a certain, I cannot fucking speak words. He was going to talk about San Stefania in Bulgaria, which is a time where, how can I put it? It was the turmoil just after we got liberated after the 5th-century Ottomanian yoke that we were under.
So,
that is San Stefania, Bulgaria, right? Just after 1878.
yeah. Okay. So basically, what happened was we're gonna get a little bit of more history on this one.
History lessons for Evo. This has nothing to do with movies or anything like that, but for those that want to know where we come from, this is the time to listen. Quick backstory before we do this. Bulgaria got enslaved by the Ottoman Empire for 5 centuries, and we got liberated by the Russians in 1878.
And we'll get to that part as well.
Okay.
Right, so first of all, let's start off beforehand.
He's brought his notes.
No, actually, I brought myself 2 Red Bulls because this is going to take a little bit of a time.
Oh, God,
so,
okay.
You know the Crimea War?
Yes.
So the Crimea War was between Russia and Turkey, and afterwards the rest of Europe joined on the Turkey side. Basically, Russia wanted Crimea. The reason why Russia wanted Crimea is because Crimea would be the only outpost on the warm sea, and this was back at the time where boatmanship wasn't really that advanced, so it really was important for the Russians. Now, they won the war. They technically would have won the war, but
it wasn't that advanced in Europe.
In anywhere, because having mostly cold sea would be a problem, especially come during winter, because nothing moved through it. So having a warm sea outpost for your shipyard,
okay.
It makes sense. I mean, nowadays it makes 0 sense, but back then it would make sense.
Yeah.
And the rest of Europe joined in and stopped Russia from annexing Crimea. Now, the Russians, they still wanted Crimea. So after they learned a lot of things that happened to us during those times, and they learned that we were going from to start a war for our own independence, they decided to join in. Oh my God! So after what was it, 2 years of war? Did we spend 2 years?
Something like that, yeah.
And a lot of really, really crazy battles, like the Siege of Pleven, Shipka, fucking so many things, so many battles.
Yep.
We were able to win our own independence. But here's the problem. We start off with this. The only three countries that were there to sign the contract for our independence were Russia, Turkey, and us.
Yep.
And we didn't have a say in the war because technically Russia did everything.
Because it was also 2 versus 1 if they decided to gang up on us.
And here comes the problems. I mean, technically, it's a 1 versus 1. We count as a country.
Yeah.
This was for our independence, for us to gain. So,
To gain our
Russia
territory back, that was at one
and
point huge.
right. So after the official San Stefanian Bulgarian do write that to Google that one to see how it looks because it gave us a lot of territory.
It's a bit
But
pathetic.
actually, it gave us a lot of territory. To be honest, it did give us a lot of territory. That's
Okay.
fine. But that's not everything that was signed up on that San Stefanian contract. Guess what else happened?
Go on.
Russia got Crimea.
Yep.
By the way, this is the second time they attempted to get Crimea. They didn't come to liberate us because they're all
They didn't come here for us, which a lot of people think. Oh,
No,
they came
didn't.
here to save us. No, they came here. They came to us because we were in the way.
And no, we were an excuse for them to get what they
Exactly,
wanted.
but that's what I'm saying. We were in the way, so they thought we might as well, save these fuckers while we're here.
Which stems to the first problem.
Yep.
And since only 3 countries they could not ratify the contract, so the rest of Europe got in. And this was during Otto von Bismarck's time.
Yeah.
And one other fucking asshole, a British person, mind you, of course, Gladstone, John Gladstone.
Yeah, there's a lot of streets in Bulgaria named after him as well.
Which is one of the biggest travesties in our life.
Because he was one of the people behind the whole contract and the whole notion of us getting fucked over just after we got liberated.
No. Listen, Otto von Bismarck saved us. Because of course
they
nullified. Yeah, they nullified the San Stefanian contract, obviously. Yep. And Gladstone wanted us to go back under Turkey's under the Ottoman's rulership.
And the Ottomans wanted us as well, because for those that don't know, Bulgaria is in a really... Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They wanted us too. And Bulgaria is in a really good spot where we are, because we're literally in the middle between like 2 seas and a bunch of countries. And anybody that goes...
we are actually on one of the frontier borders between Asia and Europe.
Yep. So we connect. We're like in a really good connective spot if people want to use our roads and stuff. It's really good.
Otto von Bismarck, being the savvy person that he was, because at the time he was doing his realpolitik shtick. He didn't want to give Europe what they wanted, but he also wanted to retain some kind of what's the word for it? Not prestige. Let's go with the seat of power because of it, because he was technically running. This was a battle between Gladstone and Bismarck, and Bismarck was able to convince the rest of Europe to give us north of Bulgaria. So after this all happened, we only got the north of Bulgaria, which is literally all of the north part from Stara Planina, old mountain. It's just
at the moment Bulgaria is. If you look at the map, there's a long ass mountain range going from one end to the other. What we got after that contract was everything above that up until the Danube. So it was half.
Below that, it's literally half because we also got for San Stefan, we got Macedonia and most of North Dobruja and some more stuff and a little bit more on the south, I think.
Yep.
Which when
we got fucked basically.
Yeah, we got fucked. And Otto von Bismarck saved the day, because, if it was Gladstone's way, we would have...
If it wasn't for Mr. Bismarck, we would have never been Bulgaria after that.
Now, people mistakenly blame Bismarck for some reason. Well, Bismarck was the one who actually fought for us to retain our freedom.
And there's genuinely plenty of proof of that as well.
Plenty. So, I mean, I want one thing to do in my life, and that's to find Gladstone's grave before I die and just take my last dump on it.
Take a poopy on it.
And just move on.
Poopy on the mass grave. Jesus Christ.
It's just piece of shit. I mean, there's very few people that this much bastards, but Gladstone deserves it. So, on the 6th of September, 6th of September, we literally walked down south with our armies and just annexed our southern part.
Yep.
Back. So and we retained. We're close to what we are now. I think we got a couple more territories afterwards that stayed
Yeah.
with us. But that's just the beginning of the problem, because all this time, like, Crimea is finally Russian
Yep.
after, I don't know, fucking century war. Let's go with that one.
Yeah,
Century
call it a
10.
century or so.
It's pulled off a lot. All the shenanigans that were happening in the Balkans at the time with the first Balkan War and
And the
everything
fight
else.
over Macedonia because all of a sudden everybody decided they wanted, even though
Yeah,
even though it was on our turf.
let's not touch that one. Let's not touch that one
We're not
at
gonna,
all.
because that doesn't happen to the 40s anyway. We're not gonna go past the 20s maybe. So don't worry about
No,
it.
no, we fight over for the 20s as well. Trust me, we do some crazy shit, but this part of a lot of movement on the Balkans, and this movement on the Balkans prompted after Bismarck left politics, and I forgot who was the next one after Bismarck. He started off with the Weltpolitik shtick, which directly caused World War One.
Yep.
After World War One ended, we were again at the shorter end of the stick because somehow we
allied with the
went on.
Germans.
Because stuff,
Yeah.
and then because the Americans, who indirectly caused World War II. Mind you, that was a fucking doozy, because after World War One ended, Europe wanted a neutral country to go and ratify the contracts about for the end for the reparations. Yep, for reparations.
Uh-huh.
So the Americans chimed in, who was still at the time a new country. They wanted some kind of credibility. At the time, they had the president was Woodrow Wilson. Woodrow Wilson came up with a brilliant fucking idea. It's commonly known now as Wilson's 14 postulates. All these postulates fucked up Germany so badly that they literally indirectly caused the cost for Hitler to rise up and the World War II to start. Oh yeah, then we allied with the Germans again because of Russia.
Yep.
The reason why we allied with the Germans is a fucking hilarious one. It was 1941. It was 1940 where the Germans came knocking at the door. By the way, Turkey also allied with the Germans, mind you.
I think that's why, because we were in the middle, so it was easier.
No. So they were looking for routes for them to attack Russia, and some of them would go through us.
Yep.
And when the Germans came knocking at 1940 at the door, and we had Franz Ferdinand II, who is a German-born person that led us for some reason. I don't get it.
Yeah,
Just
well, don't worry about it too much.
no one does it. Why we had that one?
We weren't alive that then, so we can't really comment on it. But it was the point where I think that was when the reforms were happening in Bulgaria just before the whole conundrum with the Communist Party. So it was a big sort of movement.
Wait, we're very far away from the Communist Party era.
45.
No. They're far later because we have to go through. No. Oh fuck. No. No, this is after Stambulov and Stambuliski.
All right. Okay.
This is, I think it's a little bit after Stambuliski. Stambuliski, I think, is the cusp of the beginning of the communist-ish party to start ruling. What was it? I forgot. Dark times. So this was one of the reasons. Secondly, Russian diplomats came here. Now, get this shit. Of course, we were gonna be offered for our allegiances, territories, and stuff.
And stuff is the best one.
Stuff is the best one
because with Bulgaria, it's always the case of we'll offer you this and stuff, and people go, "Hey, they're giving us stuff. Let's just do it."
Do you know what the Russians gave us? Wanted to give us if we allied with them?
Fuck all.
No. Wow. Literally the opposite. Macedonia, North Dobruja, half of fucking Serbia, and the northern part of Greece. Plus,
so they would essentially put us back on the 3 Seas like we used to be.
Yeah, well, that's never gonna happen for so many reasons, because none of those. Yeah, sure. Just get out there. Yeah, that's fine. When Germany came on, they were like, hey, "Listen, we can't offer you much. We'll give you Macedonia and these small parts, like literally small parts. not much, which makes more sense because it's more sense for us to get Macedonia plus a small part of our our western border instead of getting half of fucking Serbia, because the Serbs would like, yeah, sure, just get it, it's fine,
Yeah.
it's fine. you know, you won't have you literally want to have your end up at our capital. That's fine, yeah, So, and this is 1940 Germany, which is the powerhouse, so we are aligned with Germany, but we didn't want to because we don't like the Germans. So,
Nobody at that point liked the Germans except the Germans. Even the Germans didn't like the Germans.
well, this is a little known fact somehow, but we were the country that saved the most Jews during those times.
Yep. There's if you go to Pleven, which is my town, there are literally monuments, not everywhere, but in some specific places where you don't expect monuments to be, and it just says how many Jews were saved at that spot.
Yep.
Yeah, we were us, and I think even the Turks saved more Jews than a lot of other people. So it was us and the Turks basically just saving Jews.
Yep. We didn't contribute anything when it comes to fighting strength. We didn't do shit. We actually sabotaged and did guerrilla warfare.
Yep. The only thing that we did do, I think we produced some weapons for them. That's about it. But yeah, we did it. We basically fucked with the Germans somehow and saved a bunch of Jews in the process, which is a good thing.
And we got the short end of the stick because Russia was pissed. Russia was really pissed at us not aligning with them.
Why wouldn't they be pissed? They came to save us just because they needed the territory next to us. Why would they? Why? Of course they're going to be pissed off.
Of course, we were fucking idiots. We just assumed that they're the best people of the world. It's just this the goodness of the heart is never ending because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Like Bulgarians have always thought, like, and they still live by the mantra that a lot. I mean, not a lot of them. Obviously, the people that have more than 2 brain cells don't, but there was always the notion of the fact that the Russians were our saviors and they came here to save us and they're our brothers and they love us. When
but that's not fair.
In reality, they literally came to fuck with the Turks because they wanted certain territory that was close to us. And we were in the way, so they thought these guys are going to help us win, but they might as well get a piece of the pie, and because of them we got fucked over for such a long time. We got set back so much to the point where we eventually got our territory back. The whole massive explosion happens, and all of a sudden the Communist Party is in rule with it's in Russia's back pocket the whole time.
Let's not talk about these bastards. Many good people died because of these sons of bitches.
Yep, that was 45, by the way.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure was it September 9th?
Wait, give me a second. So...
Yep. Wait, no, sorry. It's 1944.
So it's... I remember Kim Georgiev as being one of the pro-Russians, even though...
No, it's literally 1944, and... I'm looking at the Wikipedia article. Obviously, you don't have to look at that article because obviously it's Wikipedia and it's not a credible, but they do have all the references. Huh. Yep, it is 1944, and it's basically Konstantin Muraviev was the guy in charge, and pretty much
wasn't he just a face that survived for one mandate and then he got kicked off?
He didn't even get kicked off. What happened was, my dad was telling me about this last summer while we were there. Not a lot of people want to talk about this because, it was the better times, but clearly it wasn't. Basically, a lot of people were told, like, they just want to talk. The other party just wants to talk. Let's all go to the meeting house and let's all talk. And a lot of people were warned, no, don't go talk. And there were like, recently there were like letters that were revealed that were saying, no, they're going to blow you up. They're going to kill you all just so they can take over the government. Don't go. And people that weren't from the Socialist Party at that point went, no, we're going to go. We're going to go because we want to see what they want to say. We've just gotten our country back together. Let's go see what the other party has to say. Let's be civil about it. And what happens is, the right party from the right side goes to the meeting house with no Red Party leaders or anybody from the Red Party there, and the meeting house fucking explodes.
Oh yeah.
Killing every single one of them. And therefore, the Red Party all of a sudden goes, oh no, what a tragedy. Clearly it was done by somebody else, not us. Now we're in charge.
Oh yeah. Also, I mean...
And it's like the most heinous sort of... A shit ton of people died. And, like... And basically, the government got taken over by force from Russia again. Even though we just got out of their grasp. At the moment we did, they decided to, like, pull us back in. And you still have people, fucking decades later, like half a century later, still going, oh yeah, the time before 1989 was the best time. Like, are you fucking serious, man?
No, but the thing is, like, people tend to forget because...
Tend to forget. It's literally a party killing another party to get power. How is that a better solution? Imagine if that hadn't happened. You and I wouldn't be having this conversation. It would probably just be in the States traveling freely. Or something.
I'm gonna make this terrible joke, but
Go. We're here for the jokes. We already talked about pooping on somebody's grave, so...
I guess this was the final solution for the right-wing party. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that one. No. I'm sorry. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Just anybody. If any Bulgarian says, "Oh, it was better back then," they were either in the party's pocket, or they're just delusional.
Mostly delusional. But the thing is, it's like most people have this idealized version of communism that makes no fucking sense.
No, but communism as a concept makes sense because everybody gets... Well, it kind of does.
It doesn't because...
It's very extreme, but I understand where it comes from.
For many reasons. Because it literally says like this. If me and you work at the same place and I spend my time doing nothing and you do all the work, we get paid evenly.
No, but that implies that everybody does the work because they're encouraged to do so.
But I don't. I mean, there's always going to be a situation.
Obviously, but it doesn't factor in scumbaggery. It just factors in the whole idea of everybody works here, so everybody gets paid the same.
But it will never work because this will always create discontent between the workforce.
Are you telling me a well-oiled Russian machine is not working well?
It's not. It's literally not.
Are you telling me if I hit this car with my axe, it will not start? I hit it, it starts. I fix it with rubber band. It works now.
I mean, think about it like this. Some of the most... Actually, I think that the most wealthy people in the world are actually fucking Russians.
Yep.
No, they ain't communist.
Or they're Jewish.
Oh, Christ. I mean, I read about this last night, about the guy that dated Anne Hathaway. And turns out that he was indicted for fraud.
Shit, seriously?
Yeah, because he was this guy that literally he peddled shit. He was a con artist. He was a con artist that dated Anne Hathaway. I mean, just picture this one for a second. Con artist that was able to fool the fucking Clintons, because you know that's fucking easy, but still that proves how fucking idiotic they are. And he was able to sell people stuff. He was able to sell.
Also, I just googled Anne Hathaway. Yeah. She's fucking tall, dude.
I know. He was trying to sell property to the Vatican without the Vatican knowing, to people who obviously just gave him money for no reason, and that went for years. For years.
Now that you said the Vatican and selling and something going on for years, I would like to recommend a film to you to watch.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I'll fucking save that for next week.
Okay, fine.
I know we don't like Jack Black, but trust me.
Right, so
I'll save that for next week.
Because especially when the communist terror rolls in, things get fucking dire. This is just like, the first European political murder is happened in Bulgaria.
Yep.
For the 20th century. I mean, the first documented
1944, and it's a big explosion. Oh, sorry.
No. It was before that. I think it was Stambov or Stambuliski that got.
He got shot in his own house, didn't he, or something like that?
No, on the street.
He was
stabbed. Yeah, he was stabbed with a poisonous knife on the street from. Now it's deduced that it's from an umbrella knife. It's some fucking weird shit happened.
Yeah, that you read about that article about the Bulgarian assassin that failed his assassination because he got caught. there was a Bulgarian assassin at some point in the
Oh yeah.
50s or 60s or something, and he used the exact same method. He had an umbrella coated in poison, and he was going to stab somebody, but he got caught.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the amount of ridiculous shit that happened. And after the World War II happened, basically, USA and Russia divided the Balkans. And divided it really fucking weirdly. So it's an influence based. How much of these countries are gonna get influence on which part is. So we got 75-25 for Russia. Obviously, we get that part.
Duh.
Greece got 75 USA, 25 Russia. That didn't work out for them too well now.
Well, you know that we got divided that way, but then the moment the Socialist Party took
And
over by
Serbia got
force.
50-50. Serbia got
Ironically
50-50.
enough, Serbia's always been sort of better off than us.
And also, Russia has always had the sweetest spot for Serbia than us.
True,
We just,
because we're always the fucking bitches that agree to everything, and then all of a sudden,
well,
oh, what do
yeah,
you mean? Because we're always like the Russians are our friends. They're not. They've never been our friends.
And it's fucking hilarious because you learn this through school. Most schools are gonna give you this narrative that Russians,
The
this
liberators and the friends and
the Russophile. Yeah, let's go with that one.
yeah.
The Russophile narrative. When you go into college, especially when you do stuff that actually concerns with history, mostly law, you learn the truth. Like, literally, the first lecture you go in, they'll tell you what you learned in school is not true.
Yep.
Welcome to real life.
Yep.
Life, and like, so in college you learn about what comes
why
from
we learned that in school? Why it was learned that way? Because it was in a lot of cases, it was still textbooks and history books left over from that time that people were still going off from.
Please, my history books are literally fucking encyclopedias of knowledge. I mean, literal knowledge, because there is a lot written in them. I keep them to this day. They are really rare to find because my history teacher wanted, especially these books, not the new ones, but these specific ones. And I mean, my 10th grade history book was 500 pages.
No, we're talking like proper history. I'm talking Bulgarian history.
I mean,
A lot of it was still modified back from the Soviet time to like glorify the Russians. So
yeah, but this is
when we learned about it, we still kind of got the back end of that, but things are slowly improving, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, we have this weird system that teachers can choose their own for the curriculum, their own textbooks.
That's good. Yeah, at least that's good.
So I got the better textbooks that literally explain most of them in a very detailed.
I didn't.
Well, I did, and most of it is written there, and it's really weird because even now my history teacher told me, it's like, yeah, most people learn it like this. It's not true. This is what actually happened, and this is why I say if you want to learn history, the European history in the 20th century, you start with Kissinger, because Kissinger tried to write everything as best as he could,
and as neutrally as possible as well.
Yeah. And then he criticizes even the Americans, and he actually fucking blames them. Even before I did, he blamed them for the second war, and it makes sense because those 14 postulates. Let me just get Wilson 14. Yeah, 14 points or some things. It's just like the 14 points is like such horrendous stuff, man. It's just the territorial issues, the way that he divided, the fact that he said literally that Germany should never ever again have a fighting force at some point, remove all.
That's not antagonizing at all.
Remove all of the territories in Africa, having to pay every country in the Europe the reparations that include territories, people, and money. And he literally left them bloodless. So, naturally, they try to rebuild themselves from this. And this is where the problems begin.
It's like, where do I start?
Because rebuilding them in Europe is limited, because they have to start a war, and they don't have the resources for it. So what they did was they started a war first in Africa. So when they got that shit rolling, they get funded. It became better.
As soon as they blessed the rains in Africa.
It's just like in the short end, Africa got the shortest stick again. Yep. It's just like,
and that's why they're still in a horrible, horrible state.
Bruh, some person just showed me some New Guinea stuff. I'm not sure how. I'm not sure about the validity. I'm pretty sure it's not New Guinea traditions where boys are getting in one tribe in New Guinea. They either get fucked in the ass by the elderly on a
Yep.
daily basis,
Yep.
or
It's
they
because
deceive.
if the elderly have that's a common belief that I have the AIDS and I've been
No, no,
told by
no,
the
no, no.
chieftain I will fuck the kid and I'll be fine.
No, no, no. It was a rite of passage for them to become,
What?
for them
Are you serious?
yes, for them to get adolescence.
Ew.
And the other one is the same. They go for fellatio, daily fellatio, and you're considered the moment you're able to come, you're considered a grown up, so you can do that to the younger children. And by younger children, I mean boys.
Okay, I need it. Let's not talk about this anymore. I need a shower now.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
That's just so nasty.
What happens are like nice family friendly movie podcast and history. Where do we go from Jonah Hill should play the penguin to the kids suck each other off and so they can come. We're on a fucking list now. We've been put on a list. We're no longer being monetized by anyone. Not that we were monetized to begin with, but
Yeah, well, at some point, maybe.
maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed.
Please pick us up. I mean, if we get monetized, if we get popular, I just want to do some interviews with famous actors. I want to get Tim Roth here.
That's all I want to do. All I want to do is get Tim Roth on the podcast and be like, "Hi, Tim.
And
Can you be
Idris
my
Elba.
dad, please?"
And Idris Elba was like, "Hi, Idris Elba. Can you remain a part of my life forever?"
Idris Elba, can you please say these 3 words for me, please? Just say this, please. John Bond, James Bond. And after that, we just shut the podcast and never do it again. That's the pinnacle.
No, we just middle finger everything and like, fuck you. This is the person you didn't choose because the fucking white incels bitches were
I'm gonna make a brand new intro for the podcast. It's just gonna be Idris Elba saying Bond, James Bond, and that's it. Just leave it at that.
And because I just please, or get Stefan Wade and we're like, Stefan Wade, can you remain in my life and just narrate everything I do, even when I masturbate? No, fuck Morgan Freeman. Come on,
grab this penis.
No, it has to be Stefan Wade, Stefan, man, just the voice of K-pop. You haven't finished Dusk either.
No.
Yeah, open for biz, over the lips, through the gums. Beware for me, here I come. You haven't finished even Dusk.
No, I haven't.
Finish
I will. All right, calm down, Jesus. I will finish them all eventually, maybe one day.
You're playing on the second difficulty. This should take you like 4 hours.
Yeah, but I don't always have 4 hours to spare. Some of us work full time.
Now you do. Now you
I
fucking
do now.
do.
Yeah, I'll play some. I'll play both tonight for a bit. I need to go make food though, because I'm fucking starving now.
Finish Dusk. Finish Blood. Just do it. Message me, because I will know when you finish Dusk. You
got me on Steam, yeah. I can easily just look at how many hours I've got clocked in.
Oh no! I will know because you will the end, man. You will talk about the end, because the end of Dusk. I just want you to finish Dusk so I can talk about the end of Dusk without spoiling anything.
Okay.
I just don't want to spoil it for you.
I'll finish it then. Don't.
But this game.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
This game just left a void in me. It's just like this void cannot be ever quenched anymore.
Oh, all right. Well, my movie for next.
I forgot to mention. Do you know that they're gonna make a movie about? Wait, what was the name of that tennis player? The hot one.
They're all hot.
This one that's all over Instagram. That she was. It was rumored she was a female one.
Novaka Djokovic.
No, the one that was rumored that had a relationship with Grishu of all things.
Isn't Grishu with Nicole Scherzinger anyway?
Yeah, well, this was before.
All right, lucky bastard.
I honestly, he's just no. The thing is like I should be happy that we have a famous person tennis, but he does nothing, and he's famous because the fans, not because of what he does on the court, which pisses me off.
Don't matter.
And
As long as
Jeannie Bouchard.
Never heard of her.
Eugenie Bouchard.
No.
Google her. Just Google her now.
Let me get what's her name again?
Just write Jeannie Bouchard.
Jeannie Bouchard, Canada.
Yes. I mean, obviously that's the most Canadian name.
Oh.
Okay, right?
Oh my goodness.
Like almost like 5 years ago or some shit, she was watching a Super Bowl between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons were up by much, and she was like, "I'm pretty sure that the Atlanta Falcons are gonna win this" on Instagram. And this guy was like, "Would you go out on a date with me if the New England Patriots win?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And New York Patriots won.
Oof.
And she went out on a date with him.
That's a good sport. She's a good sport.
And they're gonna turn this into a movie now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
And she also went to the next Super Bowl with the same guy.
She's got a great set of legs. Great. Great set of everything. Sorry, I'm just currently swiping. I just saw my phone and looked her up, and she is okay. All right, I'm gonna stop because I'll get carried away.
Yeah, so she is.
We're gonna have to get Morgan Freeman down here to narrate what I'm doing.
And so they're gonna turn that into a movie, and she's behind the project. She said that she was. She's not directing for it, but I think that she's gonna get writing credits for it.
She might get attached to the producer as well. You never know.
Oh yeah, because at this point I can get attached as a producer.
Yeah, right. So. Is it The Void for next week that I have to watch? Sorry for this has been a bit of a stranger episode, folks. I thought the whole Batman thing would have taken longer, but it didn't take as long as I thought it did.
I told you it wouldn't take as long as it did.
I know. I had aspirations and goals, I guess, but that doesn't matter.
I guess if we had more people in it, it's like we get a forecast of 50.
I am thinking about getting a guest at some point.
Really?
Yeah, I just need to figure out who would like to guest with us on a Thursday night,
Yeah. Also, would you like me to... I'm thinking about telling you how we actually accepted Christianity.
Oh, another history lesson with Evo.
Yes, but the thing is, this is the good one.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah, because this was some fucking Game of Thrones shit. Like, holy crap! The whole story behind how we actually Christianed ourselves is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's a story. It's a story and a half, that one.
This is some fucking genius
level. A lot of double
place.
crosses and shit. It's a good time. Right. So this has been episode 10, 11 weeks straight of the Voices from Behind podcast. This is the podcast where we talk about the movies every week, and now I guess that every week we'll do a bit of a Bulgarian history thing.
Oh, not really. I mean,
not every week, but I guess it happened last week. It might happen. It happened this week. It might happen next week as well. Sorry for the short tirade.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like it's funny when we do it because most of the history is fucked up, but it's also amazing. It's It's an amazing not thing.
It's so ridiculous.
Yes,
it's unbelievable almost.
Yeah,
it's Bulgarian history, so it's gonna be like that. Not a lot of people know about Bulgarian history, so I guess we're educated.
Like I said, I mean, if you're born in England, you're gonna learn about British history. Born in Russia, you're gonna learn about Russian history. You're not gonna learn mostly about anything else unless it's detrimental to history.
Unless it's part of the main world narrative.
Which, to be fair, is kinda in our shtick, because the world's history is detrimental to our 20th century history, and even before that, the second part of the 19th century. Yeah, the 19th century. Yeah, so we do have to learn a lot about world history to understand why certain things happened. Okay. Though most people skip it, because I can tell you, 20th century communism history, I was never good at that part because it's so fucking confusing. I remember there's like in the span of 10 years, we had, I think, 8 prime ministers or some shit.
It's stupid. Let's not talk about it now because we're going to be here for another 40 minutes again.
And it's like, and every time I was like, I had to remember which part they were from which year to which year and what they did. I was like, fuck that, fuck you. I'd rather be integrating by parts in my fucking mind than do this shit. And please don't do that. Please don't fucking do that.
Right, so next week, back to normal format. We're gonna talk about the weeks, talk about the news, talk about the void,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna have
starting to.
What?
Imagine me starting to talk about complex analysis.
Nah, we're not gonna do that. We're not an educational podcast. Forget it. And we're gonna have a bit of a Bulgarian history thing going. So I have been the host that is under the name of Evo, and with me was the co-host who also has
happens to be an Evo.
The same name. I am playing the music now, and we will see you all next week on episode 11.
Oh, sorry, it's episode 11.
11.
11.
Okay.
Suck my lola.
Thank you very much for listening, and we're gonna go now. Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye. To